Now, we haven't had a coronation, or we haven't seen a coronation in decades. So many Canadians alive, or those around the world alive, probably don't know what to expect. Can you just walk us through what we can expect to see at the coronation?
Well, it's an incredible service. It goes back to the 9th century, and it's all to do with legitimizing a Christian monarch. And he's treated not only as a king, but also rather like a priest and a bishop. It's halfway between a coronation service and a Christian ordination service. Uh, but over the years, it's been tweaked in order to reflect the different political circumstances which have changed. The big change, of course, was in the 16th century when England moved from being a Catholic kingdom to a Protestant kingdom. And then since then, obviously, in the last 200 years, there have been modernity issues. So this is, and now we live at a new time of cultural ferment with a whole series of progressive cultural values which have flooded in the last 20 years or so. And the coronation is trying to take them on board too. And the question is, can it be consistent with its roots, or is it just going to end up a contradictory muddle?
And that's a very good question. And again, we haven't seen a coronation since Queen Elizabeth in 1953. And a lot has changed since. I mean, we've gone through the sexual revolution, we've gone through Vietnam War, we've gone through so many things. And of course, I think in the last decade alone, the cultural progressivism and cultural Marxism, I would argue, has just really wreaked havoc. Things have changed so much. With the king being the head of the Church of England, how do you see this progressivism changing? Or should the monarchy adapt to the progressivism and the new ideals and maybe even immoral ideals? Or should it be the other way around?
Well, that's such a good point. Common sense and practical people think the monarchy should adapt because people believe in progress. I believe in technical progress. I don't think I believe in moral progress. We live in a period where our children's mental health is really worse than it's ever been, when marriages, relationships, and general social stability are breaking down. We haven't progressed. And so I think we're entitled not to believe in progress. I personally think that what the country needs is a Christian monarch living a Christian faith, holding Christian values. There's just the possibility then that the monarchy might retain some integrity. And at a practical level, the only people who are really monarchists by conviction are Christians, because it's a Christian concept. So I think actually they've gone down the wrong route in trying to placate a secular culture. And philosophically or intellectually, the real issue is, um, do we believe in an objective and absolute moral values, which is how it was up until the Queen's coronation, when just about a year before I was born, or do we believe in inclusivity and relativistic values, which is how it is at the moment? And the problem is the monarchy can't easily fit into an inclusivity and relativistic culture because it was created for something else.
Yes, it was created, and when you were speaking of, how the institution itself, people demand that it adapt, and there's a lot of calls for republicanism that we should just abolish the monarchy. Especially, I wouldn't say many, but their calls do exist here in Canada. Maybe not so much in the UK, but in some areas of the Commonwealth. But when it was amazing for me to watch as an outsider when Queen Elizabeth passed away, that so many people who I never even thought of the Queen gave a moment's notice to that. But when she passed away, people said, well, there goes a lot of tradition, that she was this bedrock that in which we could continue, and there was this continuity amidst all the upheavals in the modern times. Do you get the sense that with King Charles, his coronation is coming up, there will be that same sentiment towards him?
No, I really don't. I mean, he's a nice man and he'll try very hard and he's very well intentioned. I don't think he's as intelligent as his mother, and I don't think he shares her good judgment. She acts like a huge bridge, an incredible span across two cultures that are unimaginably different, the one that she was crowned into and the one she died from. I think the reason why she commanded such affection and respect was she was like an archetypal grandmother, and she pretty well got everything right during her life. But she never lost her Christian faith and she never lost her Christian identity. I think the trouble is Charles doesn't have any Christian faith. He's got a kind of Jungian attitude that religion is a good thing and it helps with self-actualization. But the problem is the monarchy he's inheriting has several contradictions in it.